Hi everyone. In this short video, I'm gonna talk about visualization in Python and compare a few of the options in R as well. Specifically, I'm gonna show you how to do visualization in matplotlib and compare that to ggplot. This is a part of the exploratory data analysis and visualization course, fall 2019. I'm Fawad Khoshoui, and I'm preparing this short video with my teammate Nima Cheat Sazan. From here, I'm gonna continue with a brief history about R and Python. A little bit of background for you guys. Python started as a hobby project in 1989 by Guido van Rossum, and in one Christmas he decided to start developing this programming language, and this was more developed as a general purpose programming language. The libraries used for visualization are mostly matplotlib and Seaborn and plotly. For R, that was started by Ross Ihaka and Robert Gentleman at University of Oakland in 1992, and this was mostly developed as an open source statistical analysis programming language. And the visualization libraries mostly used are ggplot2, lattice, and plotly. One important aspect of ggplot2 that I would like to emphasize here is that it's based on the grammar of graphics, which makes the visualization more like a language, including multiple layers that can be connected to each other and do the visualization. I hope I don't need to convince you guys who are watching this why visualization is important, but there are two very basic ideas behind visualization. One is to explore the data and see if we can come up with any hypothesis about the data that we have and try to test that. The other one is to communicate our results and our findings to others in a more meaningful way. With that, I would like to continue to the next slide, which shows you the basics of matplotlib. There are two fundamentally different ways working with matplotlib. One is the object-oriented, which is shown here on the left-hand side. You could start with defining your plot and the number of subplots that you'd like to show, and then you have access to each of those subplots like an array, more or less, and you could start plotting different parts of your data frame on different parts of the plot as shown here. We are showing the sign function for all four, but with different colors and different pointers just for the purpose of this practice. The other method to show or use matplotlib is state-based, which was inspired by MATLAB originally, and at each step, the current state of your plot is the one that you're working with. So you would plot the current one and then move to the next one, and at that state you plot the next one. The state-based plotting, I would say, can be used for smaller plots with not that many states, because it can get a little bit tricky to go over all different states. For a bigger set of plots, I would say the object-oriented is more flexible and it provides you more access to plots. With that introduction about matplotlib, I'm going to show you how to do a histogram in matplotlib in Python and also compare it to ggplot in R. So here there is a data set that was generated artificially for a random sample of 100,000 different numbers with mean 0 and standard deviation of 100. And on the left you can see how it's plotted with the hist in Python matplotlib, and the number of bins are 30. On the right you can see the same plot using ggplot and how it has been created using ggplot. For the Python, we've used the state-based model since there's only one plot shown. And you could see the codes are pretty much comparable, I would say. Not that much different in terms of the length, but the methodology is a bit different for ggplot. As we were discussing, it is built on multiple layers and the grammar of graphics. Next, I'm going to show you the Cleveland plot. This might be it might be already very similar to the one that we plotted for homework 2 of the course. Same data set I have used here. On the left you can see the code for Python matplotlib. Seems a little bit lengthier than its ggplot code, but it's pretty much defining the same variables, the title and the ordering of the data. And for the ggplot, that seems to be a little bit more condensed. What I did for Python, I sorted the data first and then plotted it. For the ggplot one, the data was basically sorted through ggplot when it was being plotted. Those are the differences I could point to. Again, grammar of graphics for the R plot compared to the matplotlib, which is more on the state-based idea. Lastly, I'm using the same data frame, same data, and doing a bar plot on the left, showing the Python matplotlib, which uses a couple lines of code to generate the bar plot for matplotlib, and the code in ggplot, which uses ggplot, and the ordering is done within the function as well. With that, I would like to kind of summarize what we discussed. Matplotlib has two fundamentally different methods for plotting, which is object-oriented and state-based. The object-oriented methodology provides more flexibility, and that's something I believe ggplot might be lacking compared to matplotlib. On the other hand, ggplot uses grammar of graphics, makes it more like a language, which helps the visualization process to be more formalized. In addition to matplotlib, there is another library in Python called Seaborn, which provides the high-level interface for drawing informative graphics based on matplotlib. So basically it's an addition to matplotlib, which provides additional tools in order to create graphics. One additional thing about ggplot is all the other libraries and all the other additional visualization tools that are developed are a part of ggplot library and are connected to ggplot as a layer, and that makes it more streamlined and works seamlessly. For Python, let's say we want to make a mosaic graph. We need to go through another library, prepare the data, and then use matplotlib to visualize it. That additional library is not necessarily connected or not a part of matplotlib library. So at the end of the day, we could achieve the visualization goal in both cases, but a little bit, I would say, differently in the two programming languages. That's all we prepared for you about matplotlib and ggplot. I hope you enjoyed it and you liked the video. Thanks.